Well, my challenge today is to have a go at this amazing scene here. This is the Shambles up in York in the north of England. Very, very ancient old city. This is a little district with really ancient old buildings, quite close to the famous York Minster. And am I recording? Yes, I am recording. And so look at these wonderful colours. And I've got the challenge here of trying to get those lovely tones and colours. But look at the reflections. That's going to be the hard part, to try and get that. I've been fairly accurate with my sketch because I want to keep it fairly close to the real thing, but it's not going to be sort of photorealistic because I still want it to be a painting. That's the essence of this. We've got a great photograph here. You can't beat that for a photograph, but I want to turn it into a painting. So you can see here I've sketched it out with a fair degree of accuracy, I think. But I'm going to get straight in there and see what I can do. Let's get a bit of paper so I can test my colour tones. So I think it's a fairly sort of muted sky. It's not bright blue or anything. So I'm just going to take a little bit of colour from my palette here just to wipe out that glaring white like that. So that will, I'll bring that down over those. So let's just leave that and not fiddle with it. So there's a lot of nice surfaces for me to get straight in with. So I think I'm going to just mix up some browns for my roof and just vary it, of course. A little red, a little bit of ochre, and let's just get some of these. That's the wall there. Oh no, it's not actually. It's well, I think it is. Yes, I think we'll just put that in there. It's a face of a building there. Let's say a very ancient medieval city that goes right back to the Vikings were there. Of course, then we have the Romans. Got a long history. So I'm going to just leave that there as a starter there for that. And then I've got to go for these main surfaces really to see what we can do to start off with them. So I think that's an ochreish colour actually. So let's get that in. Yes, we can do that. This is smooth aquafine paper from Daleroni that I'm using today. Sometimes I use textured paper, but I think for this I've got this very smooth textured paper. It's 140 pounds, which is the weight is designated, of course. I think it's 140 pounds per square meter. So it's just a measure of the weight of your paper. Generally, the heavier the better, actually. I think I'm going to put a few dabs of umber in there as well, because it's just looking a bit too flat. And when it's wet, can you see how it's bleeding in a little bit? It diffuses when it's wet. It's a sort of wet on wet technique, which has its uses. Sometimes you don't want it and you hope it doesn't bleed, but on others, that's just what you want. So let's just leave that for the moment. So I'm doing it in a series of different washes, so get a little bit of red, light red here, a little dash of purple, a little bit cadmium red, I think. I need, let me get my test paper here, see if this is what I want. Yes, I think I can do that, although a little dark. Let's put a bit of crimson alizarin in. Yes, I think that will do it. Yes, that we can do. I'm using a fairly big brush here. It's a Graduate number 18 for these initial washes. Rather big actually, but it's a good idea to stay with as big a brush as you can for as long as you can, because you get a sort of freer, more spontaneous, more lively picture sometimes if you just put in the bigger washes. But I've also noticed now, when it's wet, there are darker elements under here. So I'll just tickle that in. We'll do all these window frames and that will bring it to life. As you all know, they go through this ugly phase. All paintings do, apparently. And then you suddenly, hopefully, you get it together. So, right, let's not fiddle. Let's just leave that for the moment. Also, this element of the wall here, let me think. Yes, I think I need that a little bit browner. We'll drop some different tones in a minute, but I want contrast, this building to be different from there and this surface here, so that's why I'm going to exaggerate that difference a little bit. Yes, I think we can do that. I want to work fairly quick. Generally I take about an hour to do my initial painting. I sometimes come back, of course, and when I'm off camera and do things to it, which you don't see me do always. But I try to get it within the hour. Somewhat my concern is with my battery, of course. My camera will only do about an hour before I need a recharge. I suppose I could get some more batteries, that would be an idea, but it acts as a bit of a discipline really to constrain my efforts, keep it loose and spontaneous. Right, let's leave that. Then we'll do something a bit different there. this surface here. Let's put a bit of umber in that. Raw sienna. I'm going to change it somehow. Looking a little green there. Right, we'll leave that for the moment. And then I've got to do this surface here. Let's get a little bit of brown colour. Yes, I think we could do that. I think I'm going to put a little bit more in there as well on that wall. It's just going to look a little bit too. Right, let's get something in here. Right, let's leave that. I'll go back with a thicker mixture on some of these areas a little later. Yes, that's these more here. We could do that with a fine brush. And I think I'm going to go straight away and kill some of this wet pavement here. It's just too bright at the moment. It's throwing off our judgment of the tones we need. Actually, that's not too dissimilar at the moment from what it is, but I've got to try and get the reflections in of these buildings. You'll see as we go, but I'm just going to get this wash in, I think. That's what I've got to do so you'll start to see the street. Right, it's a real mixture of colours actually, because it's reflecting these lovely colours of this old building here. So quite a lot of green actually, because of the nature of the water and the reflection. But we'll try and tie up more realistic reflections of these buildings as we go. Right, let's leave that for the moment. Right, let's get this bit in here. I think I ought to get a smaller brush so I've got more control. So I've gone with this one now. This is number 6 round. Yes, we've got, there's a bit of a raised piece of pavement here. Quite sure what that is, but can do with that. Right, okay, let's leave that for the moment. Now this is what I've got to do. Actually, I think it's not a roof, it's just a peaked face of that building. A sort of gable end. So let's get some variety here. A little darker element, I think. Yes, bit of Payne's grey I think I need to add to my mixture here. It's just looking a little bit too too purpley. I think I'm going to bring this down over this. That's better. Yes, that's what we need to do. Yes, it was not enough contrast. It's much more real to the real thing, I think. Let's leave that. And a bit of thicker paint there. And I've got to get something in this gully as well. All leaded down there. A window in there which I'll deal with as we go. Right, let's get that chimney done. Let's put a bit of umber. That's quite a nice colour for our chimney. Right. We've got another surface along there, which we will put a varying tone in it a little bit later. And it's a bit drier on one face of it. Now, what colour? Now, I think that's got to be quite bluey, greyish. Yes, let's get some bit of grey, Payne's grey going here, I think. I need for that roof. Yes. Yes, we can do that. Okay, there we come. You can see it's gradually emerging. As we go. Right. Leave that. We'll put some indication of tiles as well as we go. Now this little element is a lovely green colour. Nice light limey green, but before I go there, I've just got a chance to put in some darker bits in these bits and this chimney as well. When it's a bit damp, it allows me to put some textural features in there, help it read a little bit better. Right, okay, let's leave that a minute. Again, I can put more fine detail as I go, but let me get back to chimney there. Let's get this face done here. It's a lovely green actually. Now I've got a variety of greens. I've got three main greens actually. got sap green, viridian and hookers. But it's a bluey green, and it's just a... Oh, I'm going to do just a lightish wash, yes. That's not far off what it is. It's a nice lantern hanging there, sticking out the wall. We'll put that in a minute. There's a window here, so I'll paint around that. Yes, we can do that. And this green comes, yes, right down to here. So let's crack on. Not be too precious with it. If you leave a little bit of white, there's not a problem there. You use the white of the watercolor paper to give you these lighter elements, a bit of sparkle. So you leave that there. I'll put some darker under the eaves as I go, a bit later. I think I should put a little bit. Let's get that bit of the roof done. Slightly different colour there. Yes, I think we can do that. Soften some of those edges there. I want it to run give me some texture. Right, leave it that. Now, oh yes, just along here, this is, there's some purple along here actually. Or is it purple? Let me have a close look. No, it's not. This is the one that's got a purple frontage to this lovely old shop. So I think I just need a Payne's grey and a bit of umber, a bit darker. Let's put a bit of blue in it to darken that up a little bit. That's better. A bit of ultramarine. Help me do the shape of this door. I'm going to leave a few whites and highlights in it. I can put some other things to it. The frontage here. That's an old timber beam stick out there. This is the underside, that window there. Right. Now, should we put some to suggest these windows? Right, there we go. And again, I can to do this now, just to suggest them with the point of my brush. You don't have to do everyone individually though. That's a big mistake. Again, let's get a little bit of, a little smidge darker, I think. I need a little darker. I don't want it black, but fairly. That's a bit better. Yes, I can do that. And yes, we've got them here as well. Glass, the window there, and just sort of delineate the windows a little bit better. But there's a time to do that, of course. Here I am fiddling with detail, which I shouldn't necessarily do, but if you've got that colour on your brush and it might do the job, then go for it. Windows here. Windows everywhere. Yes, and up here. Got this. Let's get this roof done. Slaty grey, and there's a chimney there with an aerial. Put some shadow under there. Help it read a bit better. Right, now let's get well, we've done that roof, haven't we? We've got a fairish bit of colour in there. Dark tones, really. This is what I'm trying to get the light to contrast with adjacent colours. And I need to get a little... Let's vary again some of my brick. Bit of purple, a bit of brown. Yes, I think I can come along like this. Yes, that's varying a little bit. Got a bit of an overhang there. No, but I think we'll see the building underneath. Behind it, yes. It comes down here. Right. If you're in the UK, you must go and have a look at York. Apparently it's one of the most visited cities in the UK, after London, I think. It's a magical place to visit, actually. So much history. And of course you've got the York Minster. You've got to go and see that. This wonderful cathedral there. Right, now let me think. I've got this is my opportunity to use this lovely purpley red colour. Ah yes, I've got a bit of cadmium red now with the purple, which I've on my palette there. Got a mixture of Winsor & Newton and Daleroni. It's my my go-to colours. That goes out here as well. Leave some elements of white there. Go right up behind that building there. I've got the nice sharp edge on this brush. Can you see that? A nice little tip there, which allows me to have more control. Right. Okay, we'll leave that. Got to put some dark in there for a door. We can do that. Now I've got another window there as well. Let's get back to our darker colours. Back to my ultramarine. Bit of Payne's grey. So I can stroke these windows in a little bit. Yes, I think we can do that. There's that. You get these timbers in these old houses, old buildings. Got a gutter coming down here. You could add lots and lots of detail. There we go. Get these roof lines. Make a little bit of texture. As I said, this is smooth paper, so you don't get the texture which you would on a rougher paper. So you have to create it a little bit with your brush marks. Right, let's get on with that. Now this is a sort of greyish colour on this face here. Yes, from this point here, just want to take something of that white out, but keep it right. And then under here, slightly different than this overhang. I need to make that a little darker there. And I've got got a window there. Just hint at it there. Got to put the marks in, and now the front of this. Actually, I can lift. I should have put the stain there. Slightly different. Yes, this I just want to have a little bit of colour in here. So I'm not going to kill all that. Yes, this has got to be whitish. So we're just going to put a little tone in there just to take the bright white off the paper. Continue that down here. A little bit of dry brush there gives me a bit of sparkle. Right. Okay, that can do that. And now this has to be a more brick-like colour, so I'm using a little bit of light red here. A couple of windows here which we'll put in. Okay, there we go. I've got to put the sign in there, which is the Shambles, which is the district. All the streets around there, they're called the Shambles. Right, and yes, keep all this here. Sort of brick-like. What's a brick colour? See, there's lots of detail in it, so I can't do all the detail. So I'm just going to hint at this colour here. Right. And there is a blue door. Let's get some ultramarine. It's looking a bit too purpley. Let's take it down. And Payne's grey. A little bit of ultramarine. Yes, I think. Yes. Oh, it's going to come down there. Yes, that'll do it. A little higher, perhaps. I've tried to keep the perspective. We've got the vanishing point here, and we've got these pavers will come in. The lines of the building, of course, will help take our eye in. These are all cobbles, so we've got to suggest them. We'll do that later. Let's get that window. Oh, this is a nice green under here. Yes, I think that's frontage. I need to green this up here, down here I think. Need to put those windows in and darken up under these lines of the roof there. Right, let's get a green in. Let's go for a bit of sap green and do this lovely roof or window frontage. A little bit of a canopy there. Some great shops in York, a lot of independents shops, so you'll find some interesting things to take away. Right, that's okay. A bit darker under here, I think. I need to darken up on that door area there. Not dark enough. Little windows there. Got our little lantern. Lovely shapes there. Right. Trying to put some roof detail. Also got these little marks under this sort of lintel there. And get these windows in. Can't see the details from here. You're just aware that they're windows. And again here, yes, let's just get rid of all that white. So we can just see that they're windows. Yes, and this got some blue frame there. I notice. Right, okay, we'll leave that. I could add a bit more colour to there, so let's put it on the brush. Try and match it up. Question is, yes, I think I can glaze my windows like this. They're just glaring somewhat there, which we don't need. And of course we've got this shop window, of course. let's try and attack this this piece of pavement here. They're largely green actually, so, but I want to try and get this reflection from this. Can you see the chimney there? It comes down like this, and I've got the line of this house is coming like that, out more there, and darks here. So I'm going to get some ochre colours going, just to try and pick something up of this building here, which we can. I'll try and represent the window in a moment as well. We've just got to kind of hint at it. These browns and purples here. Let's get a few browns going. Make it a little darker in places. I've got to get that window. I'm going to draw that window in somehow. And it's dark off of here. Dark under here. Again, reflections. Say it's a wet day. Got to put an umbrella in somewhere. Right. Now I need to attempt this somehow. We could do some lifting, I think. That's what I've got to do. Lift out some of the colour in there to represent that white. So let me get on with that. We could put a few dabs of dark in though to represent the window, the panes. So there's my lifting that I've done. So I got a bit of tissue here, the damp brush, which lifts. Can you see that? Now what I've got to do is put a few dabs of darker colour in. But how wet should my paint be? That's the point. And how thick. I don't want it to bleed too much. In fact, I've got two reflections to get in. It's a little bit wet still. Let's get a bit of tissue and see if I can dry it off a little bit so it doesn't bleed too much. But as I said, I've got another one to take out. Is there. There's that one, this one here. That's what I need. A little bit of tissue. That's it. A little bit more. a little bit of tissue here to lift, to dab on my paint. So I can lift a little bit there. And with my tiny brush, I think I should go to this smaller one here. This is, well, that's also a number 6. That's strange. Just show you, both of these brushes are designated 6 round, but you can see if I put them close to like that, this one is obviously a lot bigger, but still says 6. But there you go. You can't always trust the numbering. Let's get again a bit of Payne's grey. So if I can dab it in. Yes, I think that's what we need. I like that. To represent that window. Yes, and I think I have also out here. It's tricky how you do this. Perhaps can do it like that. It's a sort of ghosting effect, really, that you see in reflections. And I've also got the effects there. It's a lot darker here. Or again. Right, so that comes out here, greenish colour. Yes, and it's reflecting this, of course. This building here is giving me that sort of ghosted greeny colour, but I think I'm going to put a little bit more ochre in here. Yes, and often your reflection is dark. Yes, try to reflect these different features. Let's get on to the some of the pavers. And this big building here, reflecting down from this building as well. We can put some of these think we need to just take a bigger brush and tint it these shapes. This building here come right out of our scene. We could get a little bit of purple reflection there. Now I need, I think we need to go back to we still haven't got enough darkness in those reflections. So I'm going to have to step that up a little bit. With some Payne's grey and a bit of blue. That's what we need. Yes, I think should be much more like this. Yes, I think that'll do it. Let's get some brown and thicken up my dark colour a little bit. Bit of Payne's grey, bit of brown, bit of blue, ultramarine. Make it a bit thicker, so it doesn't bleed quite so. Oh, that's still too wet there. Never mind, we need some more darks here. Dark here. And we need to get these stones done as well. More of that. That's right, and they've got amazing little shapes, stones here. But I said they're all mainly cobbles. These are flags here, where I'm brushing there. But a lot of it are flags. Get these flags in. Say it's a really wet day. Getting reflections is quite tricky. There we go. How are we doing? I think I'm shortly will run out of battery, so I'll probably have to come back, finish it off, and then just show you the results. But let's just brush on a little bit and see if I can bring it a little bit together so that you can see generally what I'm trying to achieve. Again, put some green in here, blues. They were all part of this reflection of the scene. I think I get some Payne's grey here. Let's see if it's thicker and see if I can't darken up on some of these windows, these features here. Yes, I think that'll help a little bit. Put lots of detail in the different cables, and you could do a lot. to have some nice straight lines if you can when you're doing architecture. It's what people expect to see. So you better try and do that if you can. Helps you read a little better. And I'm just squinting my eyes now and just seeing where I need to have more dark under there. This in the darkness here, dark here, the street there. There's a sign I could put here too. I need to do that. A nice little sign sticking out from the building here. We could do that. Put the sills in as well. Right. Let me think now. I could really do with a figure in here somewhere, but I think I might do that. I think I'll switch off now and come back, and hopefully you'll see some figures and the picture coming together a little bit better. Well, here you have the finished article, and as you can see, I've done quite a lot of tightening up on this. Mainly though, I think I've used gouache. Can you see the around my windows? I've improved them a little bit, and also the reflections. I've got some reflections of the windows here and here, a little suggestion of them anyway. But it's funny how the details to a certain extent will bring it together, but you've got to be careful not to overdo it as well. Just a few close-ups here, you can see how I hint at the reflections. We're going to put some lines in these flagstones as well to try and give you some perspective, and also tightened up a little bit on some of the buildings in the background there, just trying to emphasize. I want to put some color in the shop windows, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of red there to pick out some of the light. What I haven't done actually, what I intended to do, was to put a pedestrian in to give a sense of scale. I might just do that, somebody with an umbrella, of course, to emphasize that it's a really wet day. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this attempt at the Shambles, which is in York in the UK. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up, and perhaps consider subscribing to the channel, and then you'll be notified when I do some more work. Anyway, thanks for watching.